Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today we're going to be smoking up our very own Honey Dijon Lamb Ribs. Let's get started. Here is an Australian rack of lamb ribs. Now if you've never had these before, it's basically the rib section, and then at the bottom they have a little piece of the loin, so you have a little bit more meat. These ones are Frenched, which means they kind of cut down the fat and stuff on the bones to give it a nice more presentation. I have a video in the past actually cutting it up myself to show you if you're interested in how to do it. I'll link that somewhere down below. But getting them out of the cryo, we are left with something like this. There's a little bit of fat I might pull off. There's some silver skin, but I'm not going to try and take it off because I think that might cause more issues than leaving it on. So that should be okay. Looking on the other side, everything seems okay. If you've never made these before, there's not a ton of meat on them, so this might be enough for one person if you're hungry, 2 people if you guys aren't super hungry. If you're going to have more people than that, you're probably going to need some more. This is just one little rack. This is about a pound. Now, just like with most red meat, I'm going to get some salt on there first. Just got the meat section nice and coated down with salt. You know my ratio, guys. Half teaspoon per pound of meat. Since there's a bunch of bone on here, probably look about maybe half of that. So maybe about 3/4 teaspoon of salt should be sufficient, but just want to get everything on here. Don't need to worry about the bones, obviously, because no one's going to eat bone. Perfect. This is just going to go back in the fridge, let everything absorb. Then we'll get some more basic seasonings on there, and then throw it onto the machine. Now, while we sit and wait for that salt to be absorbed, let's throw together our basting liquid. I'm going to start with some honey. Then add in some Dijon mustard, some olive oil, red wine vinegar, and lastly some garlic powder. And very simply, just get that all mixed together. The honey's going to be the pain point right here, obviously, getting that so it's mixed in. But just get it nice all mixed together, and we're going to use this to baste our ribs pretty much the entire time they're going to be on the grill. This has got some sugar from that honey, which will give it a nice little glaze. And then all these flavors, obviously, are going to increase the flavorfulness of our little meal. That looks pretty much good to me. So I'm going to put this aside until we're ready to put our little lammies onto the machine. Salt has all been absorbed. Now let's just give it a little rub. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. Get both sides. Then just a light coating of black pepper, followed by some garlic powder. Now I'm going to throw these onto the smoker at about 250 to 275. I'm doing it hotter than, say, 180, 225 because I want the sugars in our basting liquid to caramelize a little bit. I don't want to go too hot because I want to actually get some smoke on there. So I'm thinking 250, 275 is a good place to go. And I'm going to get the smoker up and running, and we're going to toss them on. All right. I am currently at 255 degrees, and I just basted everything down with our mop sauce, marinade, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to keep putting it on about every 10 minutes as we bring this up to temp. I don't expect these to take longer than 45 minutes, but that's my plan. I'm going to keep running it, keep coating them down, and get some good ribs on the other side. About 50 minutes in, and these are ready to go. I'm probing them about 136 degrees with lid holdover. It's going to put them about 140, which is exactly where I want them. I'm going to pull them off, wrap them up, let them sit for a bit, and then we're going to see how they taste. Now 50 minutes on the smoker between 250 and 275, and these are good to go. I've let them rest a little bit. Temperature is where I want them. It's time to check them out, guys, and see how we did. Now here's the end piece. You can see it looks beautiful, nice color to it. Smells fantastic. And like always, guys, I am starving. Time to give it the old-fashioned chomp. You know, I'm a big fan of lamb these days, but usually I just go for the standard, either Mediterranean style or just, you know, that savory flavors. This Honey Dijon is really, really good on here. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly mustardy. It's actually a really good middle-of-the-road section. And if you're just interested in doing lamb ribs a little bit differently, this is an awesome one to try. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. What is your favorite type of ribs other than beef and pork to cook up? Is it lamb? Is it something else? Be super curious to know. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And we'll be back next time for another of our barbecue cooks. But most importantly, guys, cook something fantastic, and I'll see you on the next barbecue. Bye-bye.